In the vast history of the oceans, there have been ships that captured the imagination of mankind. Some were remembered for their tragedies, others for their technological marvels, and a few for the sheer power they represented. Yet, among all the names that echo across the waters of history, two stand apart: GoldenTanic and BullTanic. These were not ordinary ships. They were the embodiment of two very different dreams, one of elegance and beauty, the other of raw strength and dominance. Their rivalry became one of the greatest legends ever told on the seas. The GoldenTanic was introduced to the world as a floating palace. From its very first sketches, it was envisioned as a monument of human luxury. The ship was forged from special golden-hued alloys, polished to shine like the sun on the horizon. Its interior resembled the grand halls of European palaces: marble floors imported from Italy, chandeliers from Paris, carpets woven in Persia, and walls decorated with intricate golden leaf patterns. Every room was a masterpiece, every cabin designed for the elite. The wealthy and powerful of the world rushed to book their places, eager to be part of this marvel. GoldenTanic was not just a ship, it was an experience of glory, a theater of opulence floating on water. But in the opposite corner of this rivalry stood BullTanic, the iron bull of the seas. If GoldenTanic was a palace, BullTanic was a fortress. Built with triple reinforced steel hulls and designed to face the harshest challenges of the ocean, this was not a ship meant to pamper. It was built to dominate. BullTanic had engines more powerful than anything of its time, capable of tearing through the waves with thunderous speed. Where GoldenTanic boasted ballrooms, BullTanic had war-grade communication systems. Where GoldenTanic carried crystal glasses of champagne, BullTanic carried the strength to survive the deadliest storms. The world saw it not as a luxury vessel, but as a beast of survival, admired by industrialists, sailors, and common workers alike. Their rivalry began the moment they were launched. Newspapers declared GoldenTanic the ship of dreams, while BullTanic was hailed as the unbreakable Titan. They represented two ideologies: luxury versus strength, beauty versus power. Nations took pride in their existence, for each ship was more than a machine. It was a symbol of human ambition. The defining moment came when both giants were set on the same course across the Atlantic. It was not officially a race, but everyone knew it was one. Passengers whispered about it on deck, newspapers fueled the competition, and the captains themselves carried the silent pressure of proving their ship's greatness. GoldenTanic began the voyage with elegance. The dining halls were alive with music, the decks filled with laughter, and the shining golden body of the ship cut through the waters gracefully. Meanwhile, BullTanic roared forward, its engines screaming like a wild bull charging through the waves. Speed, power, and momentum were on its side. But fate had its own plans. A violent storm rose in the middle of the ocean, waves towering like mountains, winds howling with fury. It was the ultimate test. GoldenTanic, with all its beauty, trembled under the storm. The chandeliers swung dangerously, glass shattered, and passengers screamed as the Golden Palace shivered under the might of nature. BullTanic, however, did what it was built to do. It charged forward like a beast, cutting through the waves, enduring the blows of the storm. Yet even the bull was tested. Water seeped into its lower decks, and crewmen fought with all their strength to keep the ship steady. Hours later, as the storm cleared, both ships had survived. BullTanic had proved its resilience, showing the world its unmatched power. GoldenTanic, though shaken, amazed everyone by recovering so quickly, its advanced stabilizers and engineering keeping it afloat with elegance. When they finally reached their destination, there was no single winner. BullTanic had conquered the storm, but GoldenTanic had carried its passengers with dignity and grace. In the years that followed, both ships left unforgettable legacies. GoldenTanic became the blueprint for future luxury cruises, inspiring generations of travelers who sought beauty at sea. BullTanic, on the other hand, became the model for naval and industrial ships, its engineering principles shaping future war vessels and cargo liners. They had both changed history, one with its luxury, the other with its strength. Even today, the debate continues. Was GoldenTanic the greater ship because it brought elegance, culture, and glory to the seas? Or was BullTanic superior because it showed what true strength and survival meant? Historians, sailors, and enthusiasts argue, but perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. For in their rivalry, both ships became legends, not because one won over the other, but because both dared to dream bigger than the ocean itself. And so, the story of GoldenTanic and BullTanic is not just a tale of two ships. It is the story of human ambition. One represented our desire for beauty, the other our hunger for power. Together, they remind us that greatness is not always about victory, but about leaving a legacy that no storm can ever erase. Dramatic music swells as the scene fades into the horizon, both ships sailing side by side into the golden sunset.